feel?
It starts with blood. Yeah, the image of it. Trickling down the back of my eyelids. Trickle becomes a stream. The only way to relieve the pressure is to open the floodgates. But then the blood isn't red anymore.
What is it?
It's black, 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 black. It's black, 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 black. The blood isn't red anymore. It's black, 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 black.
So how does it feel?
It's like this thing living inside me telling me what to do, saying I have to kill. Not leaving me any choice.
I can't believe you're like this.
A lot of people feel like they want to kill somebody, but I have to follow through.
I follow through, and I don't have a dark passenger.
So how does it feel?
Feels like my head is gonna explode. It's black, 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 black. And the blood isn't red anymore. It's black, 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 I don't fight him. I want to. He's all I've got. It's dark passenger. As much as I want to be here with you, the dark passenger really wants to be somewhere else.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good son of a biscuit. I didn't push the button. You know what? I have a super smart idea that I probably should have thought of like long ago. Where is my shit? What's the name of this source? It's got to be Streamflog, right? I'm smart enough to name it after it. Yes. Awesome. Perfect. Now I can just interact with that from my whatever screen without having to switch over to that scene. Smart. I don't remember what I was saying before I realized that I didn't toggle that. Good morning and stuff, and then things. I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful, fantastic Sunday. Thanks everybody that came through on Saturday. I enjoyed playing with my chat widget. I hope everybody enjoyed seeing it. I did go through and make, I think, all of the adjustments that I wanted to. I added visual things to it. I added a lot of controls to the UI. Different animations for chat to enter the screen using, and then toggles for all of them. I changed the grouping behavior. So, did you break the
price is
new
wrong,
UI?
bitch.
No, I did not. But if you so it's really hard to see because of how faint the shimmer is. I didn't want it to be overly like there. But the shimmer on the chat bubbles is now the color of your role. So since you're a VIP, your chat bubble shimmers pink. It has a pink shimmer that goes across it instead of a white shimmer. Moderators get a green shimmer. Twitch partners get a purple shimmer. And I added glow to the badges. And I hate pink. Can I get blue? No. I'd have to change the color of every VIP to blue, which would make no sense to me because the color of VIPs is pink. I don't make the rules, all right? I don't run Twitch. I will send them an email. Meh. Well, you know, it's a meh moment. I do still have to increase. I want a refund. A refund for what? You don't pay money to be a VIP. I can't refund you anything. Subscriber badges should actually be animated now. They should bounce. But I couldn't really test that. Actually, I don't even know if I have that toggled on, so that might not show. Let me check. Pulse subscriber badges. Yes, it is turned on. You know what? I should play with this really quick. If I can remember where I put this. Tools, chat widget, runtime, client. No, that's not what I want. I want the CSS. I think. some of these are mixed between both. Glass texture. Where are you? Events. No. Glass shimmer. Glass texture. Yes. Shit. I should have went into edit first before I scrolled. Here, so it's not weird as I'm looking. I meant to do this the other day, but I got sidetracked doing a bunch of other stuff. Glass texture. I want to turn this up. No, not 1.3. That would probably be crazy. Where is the bubble itself? Wait, that's not... Fuck, man. So much stuff. No. That's the meta row. Wish me luck. I bought some new flavored dates. Sweet peach. Ooh. Never tried these before, so I'll cry if they don't taste good. Well, I hope they taste good. I love peaches. It's actually a key secret ingredient to this mango habanero salsa I make is that I mix minced peach in with it. I guess it's not that much of a secret ingredient anymore, though. Embed cards. No. No. Nope, that's the avatar. Why did I have to build all these freaking events into this? I really hope it also has that mango in it. Because if it only contains peach instead of mango, you suck. Yeah, well, of course it has mango in it. It's a mango salsa. That'd be really weird to not put mangoes in it. I bet you the other... The other shit I'm looking for is definitely in... Actually, it might be this. What is this? This tastes okay, but I wouldn't say it tastes like peach, though. Well, that's too bad. think this is it. Fuck, I need to label things. It wasn't so bad when... The first time I wrote all of this, it was labeled. It was labeled. But it was too opaque. So I fucking changed everything, and I am pretty sure I deleted the line that told me exactly what I was doing. which is totally me. The rest of them have very clear headers. Like, I know exactly what's being done. Commit that. I'm going to check the runtime. I don't think it's in here. I'm pretty sure it was in the CSS. I mean, it should be in the CSS, so. It is in the CSS somewhere. Wait. Yeah, this is for events. This actually might. This might be it. This is it. Let me see what this looks like before I change anything else. All right, I have to refresh. Why can't I refresh the damn chat from this? It should fully let me refresh it. Now I have to build a button so that I don't have to go to the scene. Where is refresh browser source? Vertical chat. Refresh vert chat. Yes, yes. That should work. Yay. All right. If it doesn't taste like peach, what does it taste like? Just a regular date? Because that's kind of not awesome. I really want one of those cinnamon bun dates you were talking about. I need to buy some cinnamon so I can put cinnamon on everything. Cinnamons. Cinnabuns. Like a date, but with some slight fruity flavor. I guess. You can see the glass texture a lot better now. I like that. I might have to increase the opacity just a tad bit. I think the highlights of it are falling flat. I think I turned them down way too much the last time I was adjusting them. So I also can't remember. You know what's really sad? Every time I have to adjust the opacity of something, I have to do it twice. Because I can never remember if it's how much is visible or how much is not when you're looking at the percentage. Like, is it 26% visible or 26% transparent? That actually sounds like the same thing phrased differently, but you know what I mean? Like, can I see through it less or more based on the percentage? And then where's the blur? Because I know. Shit, I might have deleted that because it was doing too much. Actually, I think I did because they were stacking. And then the blur was just creating a solid opaque background. So I don't have to worry about the blur. I mean, it depends on if it's named transparency or opacity. They're the same thing. You just write it as transparent. Well, it depends on what you're writing in, I guess. In CSS, it's opacity. In TypeScript and JavaScript, it's transparent. Now I have to find that line again. Hey, I scrolled right to it. I'm awesome. All right, let's do 16% there. Um, let's do 32 here. 36 there. And 42 here. Actually, I'm going to bump this up. Let's go 54. Try that. Otherwise, I might have to just fucking mess with that off stream. Because I'm not going to spend an hour of my stream sitting here trying to... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, I'm going to have to play with it. Because to me right now, that just looks the exact same. Smarticle Particle adding that button. Clear the chat. It actually only clears the widget. Overlay. I guess it's an overlay, not a widget. Although I don't know, because it has controls and a UI. So I guess that would make it a widget. I guess in the stream it would be an overlay, and in the browser it's a widget. Right? Enable. Oh, I can turn on grouped messages. That's what I was saying. And I totally lost train of my thought. So Nutty's chat widget, one of the things that was kind of annoying and bothered me, so I never had it turned on. Well, actually, I did originally, and then I turned it off. Actually, you couldn't turn that off. Could you? I don't remember anymore. Yes, you could, and I did. If you turn on group messages, all it did was eliminate the name and badges from any subsequent messages following the initial message. So if you were to chat 5 times, every single message would come through individually, but the 4 following the first one would have no information on them. You have no idea who sent those messages. So I reworked that yesterday. So every message from a person, the first one will come through with their avatar, name, the timestamp, everything. And then any messages they send after that, if nobody else has chatted, all of those messages will physically group into the same bubble. I actually had to check if it meant the same, but it has a slight difference between them. Opacity is how much light you can see through, so 100% opacity is less see-through. Transparency is the opposite. Is it really? Because if something has 100% opacity, that means you can completely see through it, as clear as glass. And if something is 100% transparent, that also means that it's glass. Like, you can see right through it. If something is 50% transparent or 50% opaque, Actually, I guess, yeah, because opacity is opaque. Okay, yeah. I see it. If something has a 0% opacity, you can see right through it. It's 100% transparent. If something has 100% opacity. Wait, did I say that backwards? No. Yes, I did. 0% means you see right through it. 100% means you see right through it, and vice versa. You're right. Yeah, they are. They are opposites. Wow. All I can hear now when I try to slowly catch up to any thought is Hustle saying he's not a smart man. It's just echoing in my damn head. What the hell? Didn't I save? I'm pretty sure I saved. I did. Why? It's not working. Hold on. Okay, it is. Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, that's my bad. Yeah. They have to share the same timestamp in order to group. So if somebody sends messages one after the other, it'll go into the same bubble. Otherwise, it would have to create a new timestamp for each message. Yeah. I forgot about that. The timestamp thing was it was more work. Than I wanted to do. Because I didn't like I don't know if I like the way it looks. Like every message would have a timestamp after it, or it would be above the message. Whatever. I'm weird. Maybe people would like that. I didn't like the embedded stuff with the information on it. I liked it better without it, which is why I took it off, but I put that back on, so if people post videos and GIFs and stuff in the chat, it'll show who they came from. I should have built a toggle for that. I should add a toggle for that. Oh man, I just looked at my note on here too. That's what I was gonna do. I got sidetracked on a little mini quest when I got home from work. I wanted to add something into my authorization, my membership data in my API for my website, so I can give tester access to people. So I did that, but I totally forgot that yesterday I made this note to fix YouTube emotes. And I started looking into that. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I think it's the same issue with the Atom Stream Suite multi-chat, because they come through as plain text in there too. They don't show as emotes. So I don't know that I'll be able to resolve that, but I mean, I'm going to try. Who knows? Maybe I can, and then I can reach out to Atom and be like, "Hey guy, plural, do this and fix YouTube emotes in your multi-chat." Man, I need to do that. I also still have to finish wiring and pinning highlights above the chat. So I want an opinion from anybody, everybody. You know how when people pin events or highlights or messages in Twitch, how it pins at the top? I am making it so when anything like that happens in the actual chat, that message will pop out in like faux 3D space. And I thought it would be cool to just pin it there. So the rest of the chat will continue to feed behind that message. And then eventually, when it's no longer pinned, it would just go back to where it's supposed to be in the chat feed. I think that's a cool idea. I'm also trying to work out how to start messages on fire. I have this thing with just fire. Embers and such. I love embers. It's so peaty. Also lightning. I wanna try and see if I can create flare.
What's up?
Fire. What's up, issues? Pink flames. I love it. I love it. Hells yes. Somebody else has a thing for fire. I like fire too. It's so pretty. That's why my transitions for everything, my show and hide transitions for everything on my stream are embers. They go. Actually, that's because so have you ever seen have you ever seen Fright Night? The remake of Fright Night that came out in the, like, I don't know, 2010s. I saw that in 3D with Hustle. And when the vampires die, they just burst into embers. Blade kinda too, except for there was more ash in Blade. Anyway, the embers in 3D were exquisite. They were so good. And when I was just messing with different stinger transitions, I was making like just a bunch of them. As soon as I figured out how to, after they made it so we could make our own on OBS, I was like, damn, I'm gonna try that. So I made the one of the Joker laughing. It's actually a comic cell just animated. And I turned that into a stinger transition. And then I did one of Eric Draven from The Crow. And then I was like, I'm going to make one that nobody else is going to make, that nobody else can have. So I created this burning embers effect in After Effects. And then I turned that into my stinger transition for everything. And now that's what it looks like anytime I show or hide something. Where is my... There. See? It's not all that, but it makes me happy, and that's what counts. It'd be cooler if it was on fire, but I couldn't make fire in After Effects that looked good. It just bothered me. It looked... I'm sure there's a way. I just was not good at it. So I gave up. I tried. For a little bit. But, alas, I failed. I didn't fail. I quit. I gave up. I was like, nah, I'm done. We're over it. But yeah, I want to try and see if I can do that in CSS. There's a lot you can do, but there are limitations. And also you have to worry about like resource usage. I don't want this chat stuff to be more like resource intensive than playing a game, or make it so that you can't play a game. I actually almost started working on it yesterday, and then I had that realization that not everybody is going to have hardware that can run something like that. I would obviously put toggles in for you to be able to turn them on and off, so if you can run it, do it, and if not, you know, turn it off. But I also want to see if I can do it in a clean, good-looking way, and also not have it destroy someone's computer or ability to use it for streaming games with the chat widget on. Because that would bum me out if it was me. But I think it'd be cool to have things like specific events, subs. Well, that's nice of you to think about. Yeah. You're welcome. Subscriptions, donations, stuff like that. When event cards pop up in the chat, which I haven't even had a chance to test yet, they should exist, but as much as I can wire them in, I can't personally test them. So, yeah. But I thought it would be cool to give extra flair to events like that. So if it was like a gift bomb of, 10 to 20 subs or something, it could surge with electricity around it. And if it was like a 50 sub gift bomb, it could burst into flames. Obviously, those would not be the actual numbers or the requirements for it to have such an effect. But that actually just gave me another idea. You could wire that in. I could add that to the UI so you can decide what causes those flare effects to trigger. And if you did choose gift subs, you could choose amounts. Fuck, man, I need to make notes for that. That's actually a really good idea. Look at me out here brainstorming. Add flare to events, i.e. fire, electricity, with toggles and criteria for gifts and donations based on amount. I should be able to remember what I meant by that. Should. Anyway, all of that came from me trying to say that the pin highlights thing I was talking about, where it comes out in 3D space and just sits there, I still have to wire that in. I put the UI in for it, but I did not actually make it work. What the fuck? What the hell, Chrissy? You funny. And then suppressing duplicate events is another one I still have to wire in. I put the toggles for them in the UI, but they're not done. Hey, you know what? Gifted subs are on sale right now. I think. I don't know if the sale ends today or tomorrow, but I think they're 35% off. Everybody gift a sub to each other. Get them on discount. The one thing I can't test because I can't, well, I shouldn't say can't. I could probably find a way to do it. I found a way to do everything else in the UI. I didn't add sub badges. Well, actually, there's a sub badge after my name right there. I didn't even notice that. It's not pulsing. See, the subscriber badges on people's names in the chat widget are supposed to animate. To be like, hey, I'm freaking awesome. But apparently, that's not working. I didn't even think about the fact that there's one after my damn name. So while I was working on it, I was like, well, I have no way to test that. Just kind of hoped that it would work. But it should have, because I did the same thing for the actual chat bubbles themselves. You can make those pulse. And that works. I tested that. There's actually a few animation styles for the chat. But it only works on certain things. The animations, I mean. It's for events. It's not for every message. Messages normally will just load in the way they do, but you know, if somebody raids you or cheers or gifts subs, super chats from YouTube, stuff like that, it should animate the actual bubble in the chat. I'm just trying to think of all the coolness, all the cool things. You know me, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go super fucking overboard with it. That's why I made the glint different colors for different different, what would you call that, classifications? Roles. That's what it's called. For different roles. Also inadvertently changed the color of the Twitch icon. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I didn't even notice it until Chrissy chatted for the first time today that her Twitch icon is pink instead of that bluish color on issues and my own. Mine should be something else, something special. Oh shit, you know what? Hold on. What am I at? 70 months? Okay. Okay. So July 2nd. Okay. I made a special subscriber badge. Do you want to know what it is? Do you? Do you want to know what I made for a subscriber badge for 6 years? It's the Twitch partner badge. I made it in Adobe Illustrator. I pulled the partner badge from the API so I could add it to people's names in the demo preview of the widget. So this is the actual demo preview up here. These are the messages that are current, but this and then above those are a demonstration of what's gonna show up in your chat when you use this. It also loads live messages in real time, so you can see it that way as well. And then you have, you know, all the UI over here to actually control what shows up: platform, avatar, timestamps, badges. You can turn all that shit off if you want none of it, which is kind of weird. But it saves space. Um, where was I going with this? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Son of a bitch. Oh, right. So, Dad Bod and Spooky were both blessed with being Twitch partner, and they both earned the hell out of that and are equally amazing people. I fucking love Dad Bod. He's a great dude. Spooky is incredible. She is very kind, and there are a lot of words, but I'm not going to flatter her too much in case she sees this. But she's quite awesome. And I got to actually meet and hang out with her when I was in San Diego, and it was a great time. But so since they both earned their partner badge, I thought it was only right for me to put one next to their names in the demo. So I pulled it from the API, and then I was like, I wonder if Twitch would flag me and stop me from uploading the Twitch partner badge as my subscriber badge. It didn't. I put the tiny little super pixelated icon into Adobe Illustrator, blew it up, created a high def version, and then shrank it back down into appropriate sizes to upload as my own channel's subscriber badge. But I did make the check mark in the middle neon green instead of purple, because I didn't want to just, like, I don't know, I felt like kind of a nerd just making a partner badge. I'm gonna change it eventually, but I can't think of anything to do for 6 years. I have so many subscriber badges, and like the first year is all feathers, a different, color for each milestone that they allot for. And then the next 3 years or so, whatever it is 2 feathers and my logo. And then after that, it's a crow inside of different colored medallions. Well, you can see one right next to my name currently. Kind of. It's a little tiny. It's a little tiny in the chat. Oh, you can hover over it with a cursor. If you're on a PC. But yeah, so after those run out, like 6 years, I figured that's a good milestone to start something new, and I don't know what to do with them. This fucking guy. Smooth, what's up?
A magazine wall. Things at Remedy Entertainment that just make sense. Best-selling author Alan Wake. A magazine wall. Sauna number 1. Director Jesse Faden. An interdimensional phone. Awake. An entirely regular basement. Sauna number 2. Tennis ball. Big script energy.
Jesus. That's the script? Did you see the length of that? Just got back from the car wash, had them clean every damn thing, windows, dash, everything. Yeah, I can't wait to wash my car. It's still in my mind, it's still up in the air whether or not the temperature is going to drop below freezing. So, aside from my interior, though, right? So, right now, the body of my car is quite dirty, but it has never been dirty before. I have not washed my car since I bought it. Not once. And it has never been dirty. Isn't that crazy? And now it's really dirty. And I'm like, shit, I really need to wash it. But it might freeze, and I don't want that. You know how the inside of your windshield gets smoggy after a long time? I hate that. Yeah, dude, air quality is jacked. I was talking about that with my mom not too long ago because I was giving her a ride somewhere. And she like said something about how dirty her passenger side window was. And I was like, yeah, air quality is absolute horse shit. Like, how does nobody notice this? Like, that never used to happen. That was never a thing. I've been driving for like a long time. And yeah, I don't ever remember. I used to smoke cigarettes and blunts and joints and bowls, and I smoked in my car. And I don't ever remember the windows being this bad then. And now I don't smoke in my car or at all. I don't smoke. And it's fucking terrible. Then at nighttime, the oncoming traffic lights glare up and it's actually dangerous. Yeah. Oh, I regularly clean my windshield and my driver's side window. I also try to clean the rest of them pretty regularly. I mean, I clean them all at the same time. And now that I, have a garage, I do it a lot more. It sucks in the winter to be standing outside in the snow or in the summer outside in the rain cleaning your windows. But yeah, the air quality is atrocious. It's really bad. Like super bad to be leaving that much residue on all of your windows. And like my car, there is like soot all over it, and I don't know what the hell it's from. It looks like there's ash all over my car. Where is that coming from? It's almost 60 here in Wisconsin. Today I believe it's 50. It's 49 degrees. Ooh. Should I add that to the info bar? No, that's too much. That's too much. We're not doing that. Supposed to get a small storm? Shit. That means I gotta check and see if I'm gonna get a storm. It better not frickin' storm. See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? What did I just say about wanting to wash my car and not trusting it? We are supposed to get snow Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And between Wednesday all the way to next Wednesday. So for the next week, from Wednesday to Wednesday, below freezing temperatures. This is why we can't have fucking nice things. This is why people in the northern Midwest have like some of the highest rates of bipolar depression. Because the fucking states we live in are bipolar as hell. We cannot get comfortable. Because one day it's sunny and 78 degrees outside. And the very next day, it's 32. And it might thunderstorm, snow, or rain ice. You just don't know. I pay monthly for unlimited car washes, so it doesn't bother me. It's worth it. It still bothers me, dude. Fuck the weather. It's not a matter of washing the car. Yeah, the weather's been wild after COVID. After COVID, the fuck does COVID have to do with it? The weather's been wild for a long time, sir. COVID didn't change the weather. Global warming is a real thing. And people have been trying to warn people about global warming for like 30-something years. What do I know? I just work here. Yo, that is the best response to anything like globally related or world related or life related. Not just like your employment related. Because that's essentially all we do in life is just work here. Dude, that's so good. That's so good. Smart. Look at that grouped chat feature. You just totally erased the entire chat feed. It's now just one giant bubble of you. Anywho, how's it hanging? Oh, it's been good, man. Well, actually, hold on. Let me fill you in. I don't know if you popped in on Saturday, so I'm going to tell you everything. You're going to get caught up right now. As a matter of fact, some of this will be news to everyone. So, Saturday, right? Or was it Friday? Saturday. It was, in fact, Saturday. Oh, and after the stream. So nobody's heard any of this. Yay. Saturday, while I was streaming, my nephew came over. He wanted to buy my Riffmaster guitar for Clone Hero. And he's also a licensed electrician, and I had 2 outlets that I knew of that were not working. That spread, it's now 6 outlets. The one in my upstairs bathroom is tied into 2 in my garage and 3 on the outer sides of my garage. 1 out front, 1 on the outer wall next to the service door on the garage, and 1 on the back side of the garage in the backyard. None of those 6 outlets work. He tried tracing the problem, but my garage is completely finished, so you can't follow the line anywhere. We don't know where it comes from, where it goes. Who the fuck is Cotton Eye Joe? So, that...
You know, I can deep throat a king-size Butterfinger or Snickers bar.
Ravenness! Hello, and thank you so much for the resub. Holy shit, it's your 1 year. It's your 1 year. Why is the browser source on my wheel cut off? That's weird. I'm going to have to look into that right after I finish my story. Fix it. I will. Also, this unknown thing here, I thought I fixed that. So anytime somebody follows or subscribes, oh, I fixed it for follows. It's happening for everything else. Bruh. Why didn't I think about that when I fixed it for follows? I'm going to fix that right now. No, that's the wrong browser. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So the outlets, dead. I have to try and get into my attic. Why did my lights just get brighter? I feel like my lights got brighter. Fucking weird. Hold on. Oh, I bet you they did. They did. I have to adjust that in that script too. You just got more pale. Yeah, the whiteness of the lights when they get turned up. It's like if I open a browser and go to a white page, it's like, damn, guy. The white light just eliminates all color from me. I'm a chameleon like that. So I have to get into my attic. I also have to remove sheetrock and stuff from my garage walls to try and backtrace this wire to find out where it originates, like which box is feeding which box first, so I can remove that receptacle and see if it'll fix the issue, but it probably won't. I have to figure out which line is dead, because there's got to be a bad line. Anyway, so that's how my day ended up turning on Saturday after the stream, was finding all of that out and then being like, great, I have all of this stuff that I need to do now. And then I got to find out that there was a gigantic staple in my driver's side tire of my Jeep. And I was really hoping, in my head, I was hoping that staple had not penetrated enough to create a leak. So I pulled the staple out, and one side of the staple, it didn't. It went in and bent. So it did not puncture the tire. The other side went straight into my fucking tire. And it did puncture it, and it did leak. So my tire just started deflating. And I was like, this is fine. This is great. That's not exactly how that went. I was freaking out. I was super mad. I don't have a good jack here. I'm not driving around on a spare. I just bought those fucking tires like 16 months ago. They only have 3,000 miles on them. Like, that's it. I was furious. So then I had to patch my tire, which worked. And then I had to test my electric air compressor to see if that worked, and thankfully it did. It actually worked really well. It only took about 5 minutes to inflate the tire, and it has a PSI gauge built into it, so it tells you what you're at. So I just hooked it up to the tire and turned it on and went about my business while it filled the tire. It worked out fairly well. And then I had an asbestos scare because I tried to go up into my attic to see if I could find the line, but they built a little like wall out of some, I don't know, really thin board. I don't even know what it is, just like surface board, like a veneer you would put over plywood to make it look like hardwood. They built that up on all four sides of the box, or the opening, I guess. It created a box. The opening that goes up into the attic. And initially I was like, why the fuck would you do this? And then I thought, oh, probably so they could blow in the insulation. And there's a tag in there from when they blew in the insulation in 1979. I don't know if most people would know this or even about their own states, but here in Minnesota, they used asbestos-filled insulation until 1989, even though it was banned in like 1972 or some shit. They were like, fuck it, we don't care. So when I saw the tag said 1979, I had forgotten that this house was built in 79. I thought it was built in the late 80s, which had a lesser chance of containing asbestos. I started freaking out because I had put my head up there. When I opened the thing, it created a bunch of dust. I was breathing it in. I could taste it. It wasn't great. And then I was like, son of a bitch. So I'm freaking out in my head. Like, an asbestos abatement costs like $12,000. That shit is not cheap to have somebody come out and remove asbestos. And that's just the removal. That's not like re-blowing insulation into your attic. That's them coming out and sealing off your entire house, removing all of it, cleaning the area it was in. It's a whole process, and it's very expensive. So then I'm sitting there freaking out about how I might have just been breathing in asbestos. And in the end, I ended up taking a picture of the tag for the insulation, and I Googled the company. It turns out that they stopped using asbestos containing insulation in like 1974 because they got sued by every single employee they had and the families of employees because of asbestos like problems that they had. And I was like, oh, well, shit. I lucked out there. The company that insulated my attic can't use asbestos because they got sued into the dirt by people that got really sick from asbestos while working for their company. I'm still going to get an asbestos test kit just to be, like 100%. I just don't know where to get one. But I should get one. In the meantime, I'm just gonna fuck. I think I have some disposable plastic bodysuits. And I know I have goggles and a respirator, so when I go up there to see if I can trace the wiring that runs into the garage from my bathroom, I will make sure that I am completely covered. Maybe they used just 50% asbestos. That would be more than like the standard amount of asbestos. like there was trace amounts of asbestos in shit. It wasn't all asbestos. It was like wool and fiberglass and like asbestos. They were like, nah, man, you get 0 fiberglass. It's all asbestos. Okay? You get the good shit. Also, the R rating, which was on the tag, is really good. I was quite surprised. I think minimum code R rating for an attic is like 20, like the R value of insulation, which is... How do you explain R value? Is how much temperature monitor control retention, standard dopamine, methylene, kamikaze. So the R value is actually 30. It's 10 above what minimum code now is. I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. They sprayed like 42 inches of insulation up there. So if it is filled with asbestos, I've got a lot of it. Quite a bit. It better not be. And also, since it's blown in insulation and not foam or rolls, it's really gonna suck when I decide to renovate the upstairs. Like, a lot. So much. Fuck. But yeah, all good things. We take the small wins. Oh, I take all of the wins. There's wins in everything. You got lucky. I didn't get lucky, fool. Fucking blessed. No, I got lucky. I was fortunate. I shouldn't say I got lucky. I was fortunate to not, well, until I run the test and am 100% sure, I don't want to jinx it, because there is still a slight chance that even though that company was, you know, heavily sued and stopped using asbestos in their products, that doesn't mean that the asbestos containing product they had left over, they didn't use in a state that wasn't barring it. Because, I mean, I'm sure that part of the lawsuit was that they get rid of all material containing it and everything, but how could we ever know that they didn't just bring it to a state that was like, yeah, we don't care? Yeah, hopefully you're good. How do you get it tested? I believe you can get an asbestos test kit and you just put the fibers in there, but I am not sure. They usually take it and put it under a microscope. You vacuum the air. I've watched people do asbestos abatements, and when they do the testing, they seal the room off entirely, and then they check the air for fibers, but that's after they've removed everything. And then I don't know what I'm looking for in the fiber. Like, it could be a fucking dog hair. Wait, how do I know what's an asbestos fiber and what's wool or fiberglass? I don't know. So there better be a test kit where I just put some shit in a vial, and if it turns blue or purple or something, then why is that cut off? I need to fix that. That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna lose audio for a second while I check on my roulette wheel. Channel reward. Yes. Okay, I'm back. Asbestos testing kit. Sample only testing.
The price is wrong, bitch.
What? Who did it? Hey, I'm not trying to ruin your mood, but I need to ask you something. I know I'm not followed. I really just need a second opinion from someone who is older and not my family. Okay. That's an interesting lead in. Let's see where this goes. I got kicked out of school a week ago. My family just kicked me out, and I have nowhere to go. They want me at a group home, but I don't want to go there. I just was wondering if that's something I should do, or should I try to figure out something else? I'm only 15 and I'm all alone, and I've been thinking for a while to just end it all. And I want to help. 988 doesn't help. First of all, where do you live? Because I am unfamiliar with 988. Cincinnati. What is 988? I know I'm asking the wrong questions, but I want to start there. Suicide hotline. All right. Brand new Twitch account this month. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking bite into this one. Everybody ready for this? The bird's about to get super real. I'm gonna stare directly into my camera and I'm gonna tell you all a true story. When I was a teenager, when I was your age, if in fact you are 15, I was on a medication that was somewhat new. Shut up! You don't need to go. I can go to someone else. No, this is happening. This is a great story for you, and I want you to hear it because it really applies specifically to you. I was on a medication that was supposed to make people not depressed. I didn't have depression issues, but everybody thought that I had depression issues. So they put me on this medication. What did the medication do? It made me extremely suicidal. I tried to kill myself about 6 times that I can remember. Just in that year of using that medication alone. It was quite bad. Life was not great. And then, when I was 16 years old, I got kicked out of my house. I had really bad mood swings. The medications that I was on were not awesome. I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out of my house. I was homeless for a while. I ended up staying with a friend. I ended up in a shelter. Things weren't great. And especially in that time, like, ending it really did sound like a better avenue to go down. But thankfully, I was never successful in any of those attempts. And things did get better. Shortly after staying with a friend for a while, after being in a shelter for like 35 days and living with a friend for a couple of months, I ended up getting to go back home. I ended up getting to go to a different school. They had a school for troubled youth. So it wasn't a typical public school. It was a school specifically for people that were dealing with things. And that school was amazing. It was great. I loved it. And things slowly got better. The biggest hindrance in my life was me holding me back and hurting my own growth. just had so much balled up inside of me that I couldn't work through. And one of the best things that I did for myself in those times was I went to therapy every single week. And then after a while, every 2 weeks. And as much as I hated it then, I just kept going. I didn't like a lot of the therapists I went to. I was constantly changing therapists because I didn't like the way that they talked to me or the way that they went about things. But eventually I found a really good one. I had positive interactions with several, and they were great people, really understanding. They didn't just sit there and go, how does that make you feel? They were engaging and smart. They had wisdom to share. And after years of doing that, I had the tools to handle the shit that had been just fucking eating at me and causing me to have problems in school and at home and with everything. And it was good. But then I was still holding myself back because I am an alcoholic. And I started drinking at a very young age. And I stayed drinking up until 7 years ago. So hopefully you don't go down that road because that's terrible. But I say all of that to say this. Had I thrown in the towel back then, I wouldn't have my son. I wouldn't have just bought this house. Like, people say it gets better. It doesn't unless you make it. And that is a really long road, but it is a fucking great road. It's not going to be sunshine and happiness all of the time. And life is full of shit that just hurts and pulls at us. But it is also full of so much beauty and joy. And everybody should give themselves a chance to experience it. Because there's just so much ahead of you that is unimaginable in like really great ways. There's stuff I can't talk about on stream, or probably shouldn't, that I've done in my life that I would have never got to experience, and I wouldn't trade for anything. Like nothing. And if you set goals for yourself right now, things that you want to achieve, I don't care how fucking crazy there are. I set the craziest, highest bars for myself. And a lot of the time, there aren't many people that are supportive of them. As a matter of fact, nobody's ever supportive of them. They don't discourage them, but they are like, that's pretty fucking wild. But more often than not, like, I get them. I get there. And that's because I just fucking, I want it. I want it, and I go for it, and I just put every effort into everything that I want. And I promise you, if you take the time to do that for yourself, and you set goals one after the other, and you just go for them, whatever you want, you can have. And no matter what you're going through right now, it's only right now. That is not how it's going to be forever. It might not even be like that for a long time. It might seem incredibly daunting and overwhelming, because in the moment, it really is. When you're panicked and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I don't know if I can do it. A, you can. B, you don't need to know what you're going to do. You only need to know what you're going to do today. And lastly, you need to do things in the day, in the moment, that are going to set you up for success tomorrow. And as long as you keep doing that and carrying it forward, you're always going to be successful. That, and you find happiness in weird places. Do the shelter. You never know. I met some really cool people when I was in a shelter. I never talked to them again after I left the shelter, but they were all right while I was there. It was a good time. Also, I got in really fucking good shape while I was in a shelter. There wasn't shit to do but work out, man. It's like being in jail. That was actually the first time I ever vigorously worked out. And when I got out, people didn't look at me the same. They were like, "What the fuck is on your back?" And I was like, "I don't know, what is it?" And they were like, "Muscles." I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's me over here." No, I'm kidding. None of that happened. Well, what they said happened, and me working out happened. But the flexing thing, I made that up. That's not real. But yeah, man, just don't give up, because that's a terrible idea. And I don't know how good the suicide hotline is at their job, but probably not that great. They're probably as good as some of the therapists that I had back in the day who were just absolutely terrible. Some of them are really good though. So those are my big pieces of advice to help yourself through hardship. Go to therapy, and if the therapist sucks, fucking get rid of them. Tell them you want a new therapist. But keep doing it until you find one that you actually like talking to. It's important that we have real life connections with people that will listen to us, but also feed us with information. We don't have a lot of that anymore. In the technological age, people seek shit like in an instant. Nobody sits down and has those conversations, and all information is like readily at your fingertips. So we don't really learn anything because we could just get it and then forget about it. But you can't do that with things that are helpful to you here and here. You can't look something up and read it and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm cured." Like, fixing the parts of us that are broken and hard inside is a really long, long road. And it's a lot of work. And it is so fucking worth it. And I wish everybody could do it, but not a lot of people do. But the people that you see smiling in the worst of times are people that started out in a position much like where you are. Also, I don't know if you know this, but if you look at like a shit ton of the biggest people in Hollywood, a lot of those motherfuckers started out poor and broke. Like in just the absolute worst situations of their lives. And they turned that into just millions of dollars. Sylvester Stallone. That dude was homeless, sold his dog. The hardest part of his life. He sold his fucking dog so that he could get Rocky. Then he made Rocky. And he fucking blew up. There's so many stories like that. My story is like that. I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm not hurting. And from where I started to where I am, I've said dozens of times, it was all worth it. The lessons that I learned and the tools that I gained for myself were worth every single bit of the shit that I went through. I wouldn't change any of it for anything. If you offered me Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos money, but on the flip side, I lose all of that, I wouldn't take the money. I don't think I would like the person I'd become, and I would much rather stay who I am in here and in here than be fucking rich. The lessons you learn in hardship, you can't buy that. It will make you a better person. It teaches you empathy, patience, perseverance. Just keep going, man. You're going to be better than everybody you know. You'll be more successful than the people you know. Maybe not in the same ways. I'm sure some of those fucking tools that you know are going to become professional athletes. I know a few. That's great. I know a few that went off to do big money-making things and also are no longer here or bottomed out. And I know people that started with nothing and built themselves everything they have. A lot of people I know that started with nothing and went through a shit ton of fucking the hardest stuff possible. Have families, houses, companies. Like they're good. This is something that I've been looking to find for a while, and no one has ever talked like this. A lot of people can't. And I'm glad that you're taking it. A lot of people don't have that shit. Like they didn't go through it. And I mean, unless you fucking somehow got my biological name and cracked open my juvenile file, that's a pretty wild thing to post in the chat to a person that actually lived that. So that's stuff I haven't thought about in forever. And that's the other thing. What you're going through right now, 10 years from now, if you stay on a path where you just keep fucking building a future, no matter what gets in your way or roadblocks you hit, 10 years from now, you won't remember that feeling unless you want to. And I know it sounds weird, but I would say hang on to that. Don't let it like eat at you and bury you. But every time you get better and improve yourself and achieve something, remember that. Fuck. I need to take a break really quick, just mentally, and breathe. Remember it, because that is going to continue to fuel you and drive you. I'm not gonna cry. I refuse. I'm not gonna cry. Yes, they can. I lived what you said, and I know exactly how hard that is. And overwhelming and scary. But it makes me so grateful every time I think about it that I am here now. Again, especially since I quit drinking. Like the amount of shit I have achieved in the last almost 7 years since I quit drinking. Had I not fucking drank for the last 20 years, I'd probably be in a really good space. Like, it's wild to think of. But again, I don't regret it and I wouldn't change it because I would have lost a shit ton of really great experiences. I don't need those experiences anymore, though. None. Don't turn to alcohol. Don't do it. Especially because it's a depressant. So if you're going through hard shit and you start drinking, it's going to snowball. It'll only get worse. Don't do that. Or meth. don't do drugs. All right? No drugs. Wild, how is that not considered neglect or endangerment? You know, I'm not really sure. It's not endangerment because you're kicking them out. You're not putting them in harm's way. PCP is okay, though. No, definitely don't do angel dust. No drugs. Find things that make you smile. Find things that keep you active. Find things that will improve you emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. Set goals, make a path, burn that fucking path. So many people have laughed at me when I set goals for myself. And honestly, I don't even think about it. I don't care. I get second guessed a lot, namely because I'm an idiot. Historically, I make pretty poor decisions. But when it comes to me wanting something, it will be mine. I'm like fucking Wayne. Oh, yes. She will be mine. The Wayne's World reference is probably going to go right over a 15-year-old's head. Sorry. Dude, thank you very much for coming in here with that. Sincerely. It's been a while since I had a real conversation. And honestly, I really hope that you just stick it out. Hang in there. Go through it. Feel what you need to feel. I want to see you come back in this chat in 2 years and just be like, dude, remember that time? And tell me how great things are at 17. Tell me about how excited you are that you're graduating high school, that you're going to go off to college, bang all your professors. I'm kidding. Don't come back here and say that shit. Oh. Make it a W underdog story. Yeah. People love an underdog. Also, I can't stress enough that doing physical activities when you are going through hard times, like pushing yourself to do that, has a double positive effect. One, it refocuses your energy, and it also alleviates stress because of the neurological shit, like the chemicals you release in your brain when you're working out or doing physical activities. It like cancels out feelings of sadness and anger. And well, actually, you can kind of use anger as fuel for that. It doesn't have to cancel it out. You can just fucking focus on it. But also, you just feel really good, you know. It's a good stress release, and it quiets your mind, gives you something to focus on. And yes, hobbies are great. Writing, drawing, anything physical, anything that quiets this and makes you focus on something else. But also, you get super jacked, dude. You're just gonna come out looking like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. All right, that's not gonna happen. I mean, it could. If that's a goal you set for yourself, shit, get it. Journaling has helped me a ton with getting shit out of my head. I used to journal all the time. All the time. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I used to do is write poetry. I was a poet. And I get to say that because I was a published poet. And that's before Amazon. I'm not internet published. I was published by a book company. It's a real publication. And no, I'm not telling you what it was. I won an award for that shit. I was never talented, but even word vomiting in a notebook helps. It does. And you would be surprised. You might not think you're talented, but I guarantee if you go through those journals and you take some of that and you just read through it objectively, you could probably turn that into a novel that would become a movie. Like, there are so many movies that started like that as journals. Shit, some of the biggest fucking movies ever. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna be Color Purple, all right? Or Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, or something on that scale. But you never know. That shit could happen. You could be like, oh, damn. Lifetime wants to make a movie. Fuck a Lifetime. MGM. Hallmark would take it. All you gotta do is watch like 5 Hallmark movies, and you understand the entire formula for every Hallmark movie. And then you just rework your journal into a Hallmark movie. Here's what happens. You take page 1 and page end, okay? And in the middle of that, you travel to a different town where you meet a guy or a girl or a Christmas tree. And that somehow segues into the last page, Hallmark movie. There's always a Christmas tree. They're in the fucking Sahara Desert. Lost, a plane crashes. But she meets a random dude on a camel. Sees a Christmas tree. Hallmark. Left my small town to follow my dream career in the big city to come back and fall in love with a childhood friend. Hallmark. 10 out of 10. They're all the same fucking movie. Every single one. Oh my God. Thanks everybody for listening to me talk about my very real life story and, you know, sticking through it. It was a lot. Me too. I mean, are you though? Because sometimes things come out of my mouth and people are probably just like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't take any of it back. Not a single thing. It's weird when you think about stuff like that, when you look back at just the absolute hardest points of your life and think, I wouldn't change it for anything. But it's also very wise. I don't know if I can say that about myself. Yes, I can. It's very wise to look at those things and not want to change them because you used them as a catalyst to better yourself. And without those events, you wouldn't be who you are. You know? I'm a super picky person when it comes to watching streamers. I wouldn't watch anybody that I wouldn't kick it with in person, if that makes sense. It does. I also am super picky. I wouldn't even, I don't know if I can say picky. I'm super picky just in general, even in real life, with the people I put my time and energy into. Like, I will not spend time with people that don't vibe. I can't think of the word, you know? But yeah, same, even with streamers. There are very few streamers that I will actually watch or spend time listening to. I could probably name all of them on one hand. Spooky, love Spooky. I'd watch her all the time. Andy Ray cosplay, fucking love Andy. She is a beautiful human, wonderful soul, amazing artist, incredibly fun and uplifting, great vibe. Chrissy and Ravenous from my own channel are both awesome. Unfortunately, I miss all of their streams. I get to pop into Chrissy's every once in a while when I'm not sleeping or working or busy. Ravenous, I've caught like twice. Ravenous actually went live. God, what was it? Just the other day. I was so busy with shit, and when I finally like wound down and went and got in bed, my phone pinged and Ravenous had gone live, and I actually said, "Motherfucker." I was like, why? This couldn't have been like 2 hours ago when I could have popped in and said, "Hey, what's up?" Oh, there's been others. A horror guy, Keenan, another great dude, awesome person. Honda Heretic, who I never hear from anymore or see, but another great human. Used to come in here all the time. Everybody from the indigenous community. I wish I could spend a lot more time in their streams. Aretha, Angie, Clark, Jessa Rose. I could name like tons of them. They're all awesome. Lorena, Bella. Bella I would hang out with like all the time. I miss how much we used to actually hang out. And yes, every single one of those people I would probably hang out with in real life. And it's kind of it's weird to other people, but it's never seemed weird to me. You know? Like people post videos or links to other people's streams, like big streamers doing things, and they're like, "You should check this out." And I'm like, "No." There are a few, especially when they're playing things that I want to check out, like Shroud, Sacriel, Break,
You know, I can
Goldie.
deep throat a king-size Butterfinger or Snickers bar.
Hey! Thank you very much for the resub. Thank you. Much appreciated, sir. Damn it, the lights turned up again. I'm super white. But you didn't have to drown me out. Oh. No, there are some bigger streamers that I would absolutely hang out with and watch. But for the most part, like I don't care. Like I don't find the size of a channel to be alluring. Like if you have 17,000, 50,000, 100,000 viewers and I go in there and you're just a piece of shit, I don't want to be there. If your chat's a piece of shit, I definitely don't want to be there. If I find you lame, I don't want to be there.
What's up?
Yo, nostalgia. You're a little late, guy. You're pushing it, man. You're super pushing it. We got 1 hour. We got 1 hour, yo. Good vibes, my man. Good to hear you got through all the tough times and now on to the good times. Yeah. It's been a solid series of fortunate events, man. I'm really proud of how far I've come and enjoying the things. Quality versus quantity. Yeah. Oh. Nah. You know, another one, honorable mention, because I really want to shout her out. BB Jess. That woman has so much energy and spirit. Ravenous! Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, hello. You were already here. How are you going to raid me from my own chat? It's okay. Just keep doing it. Do it all the time. Always do it. Forever. Thank you very much for the raid. Suck it. That's all I read. I didn't even see the suck it up part. I just read suck it. I liked it more when I thought it just said suck it. That's so good. Also, did the raid did not. Why? Oh man, I have to work on the chat thing. The events aren't working. It should have put an event card in the chat. Do I have those turned off? Oh no. Yeah. It's okay. Event highlights are turned on. Raids are turned on. Huh. Weird. Nostalgia. What it do? I mean, we gotta try and get your thing sorted though. How long is it gonna be until you get home? Also, why are you not home? What the hell, man? Sucks to suck. I just saw that. That's such a good emote. I actually used to have an emote that I made that said suck it. I had to get rid of it because people just kept spamming it. like all the time. I was like, all right, that's enough of that. Also, it wasn't bird themed. It had to be gone. Although, I mean, you know, neither is the Vin Diesel emote, but I'm not getting rid of that. Fucking Vin Diesel. Ooh, which reminds me, I have a bit emote slot open, and I need to think of something awesome for it. It's going to be a while, my bad. It's okay, though. I appreciate it. I'll let you know, but I forgot I had to go to my grandparents' house today. Oh, that's cool, man. Spend time with the grandparents. That's more important. And if you're around, I'll probably be up for another 2 hours, maybe a little longer after I get done streaming. I have to go pick up a ladder and then get up into my attic. I really need to figure this electrical problem out, man. I don't like letting things linger. I also need to put a faceboard on the outside of my shed over the soffit cover that I installed yesterday, before it gets warm enough that, hornets make their way into the soffit of my shed again. I can't believe they just left those there. Like, dude. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream or somewhere else. I think I talked about it on stream. I did on Saturday. The woman I bought this house from left me a note when she moved out, and in that note she included her email address so I could contact her if I had any questions. And like the only questions I want to email her are A, how are you going to let your dogs shit all over the fucking yard? All over it. And then let leaves fall on top of that shit? And then let them shit all over the snow all winter, and then sell me your fucking house. Question 1. Because I cleaned up so much dog shit back there, and now I'm finding more as I blow the leaves out. Because there's a lot of trees, which I love. Big fan of that. So I have lots of leaves, and under those leaves, lots of dog shit. And I already cleaned lots of dog shit from on top of the leaves. Bitches. Question 2. How the fuck do you leave 14 hornet nests in the soffit of the shed? A, how did you accumulate that many? How did you just let them keep going? Were you waiting until the whole side of the shed became one giant hornet nest? Was that the goal? How did it get that far before you were like, we should do something about this? Sell the house. It's good fertilizer, but it takes a while to get there. No, it's not. Female dog shit can become okay fertilizer. Male dog shit is not good fertilizer. I don't know why that is. I can't remember, but I learned that as a child, and I'm pretty sure it was true. But also, it's not, because I have a dog, and everywhere that he shit at my old house, the grass died. It just died. Hey, thank you very much for following.
What? No soup for you.
Much appreciated. And hello. Damn it, the lights. All right, I need to go back into this. Cheers. Oh, I need to rework all of these. Yeah, all of my light controls have a secondary light control that resets them. What is my brightness at right now? All right, I got to read these. My parents and I leave our house to rent, and every single time people leave, we always clean and fix everything, repainting the fence, cleaning, mopping, sweeping. It's common courtesy. It is, especially if you're going to sell the house. Thankfully, interior, pretty great. It's very clean. It's very nice. There were no weird smells. The foundation is extremely solid for the most part. Pretty sure there's a little leak over there, but that also might be from a window they walled off. I'll have to figure that out when I rip the walls off. Got to run, boss. Was good hearing your story. Have a good rest of your stream. Catch you Wednesday, hopefully. Hey, Smooth, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. It's a pleasure having you. And yes, I will be here Wednesday. If you can make it, we'll hang. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Do something fun. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They're oddly satisfying as an adult. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. But I've had 3 this week, and they were delicious. Oh. Yay, home ownership. I know, right? Fuck. Taco Bell is life. The best exit line ever. We have found some crazy stuff in our house too, and we've known every owner. Still surprised by things 4.5 years later. Yeah. I never got to meet the previous owner of this house. I was hoping I would when I signed the title transfer paperwork and the final documents for the mortgage and everything, but I didn't get to. She had already moved. She was already gone. They let her sign all the paperwork early. And I was like, why wasn't that an option for me? You have your lights set up to your streamer bot? Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah. Streamer bot controls my lights. Sorry, excuse me. I can't remember how I got in touch with this dude, but there's a guy that wrote a script, a Python script for Newer Lights, and Newer is like one of the two biggest brands that have given me stuff for review. Like I have a ton of Newer lights and camera lenses and just camera gear. Too much. But I'm not mad at it. So I have these wireless RGBIC, RGBWIC, I think, lights, and I had reached out to this dude about his program, and I was like, hey, what's up, guy? You cute? And he was like, nah. And I was like, we should hang out. That's not how that went. I was like, hey, can you make these lights function with your program? And, you know, he was like, yeah, I can give it a shot. And he worked on it and he made them work. And I was like, that's awesome. And then I kept troubleshooting and contacting him. And over the course of like 2 months, we got full functionality working for them. And he kept going. And I made a YouTube video on it and how to set it up and stuff. And then like a bunch of people ended up blowing him up to get their lights to work and do stuff. And I mean, hopefully they did. Dad Bod's one of them. He got his lights to work. It's a neat little script and I love it. I can control everything. It's cool. It's very cool. That's cool. I'm trying to get some so I can give people the option to flashbang me. See, my lights don't get bright enough for that. And I wanted to do something like that. But I don't know how to wirelessly make my flash work with this because I have a Newer flash that is insane. It's an outdoor photography flash. It's 800 watts or something. It's crazy. It's crazy big and crazy powerful. If you turn it all the way up, so if it's on 1:1 and you take a picture with that flash on, the whole image is white. There is nothing. The amount of light that comes out of that flash, it would blind the sun. Now, that's a very stupid statement and not possible because the sun doesn't have eyes that we know of. What if the sun was just a living creature? There's your novel issues. Leaves small town. Goes to big city. Goes back home to fall in love with childhood friend. Childhood friend gets stung by bees and dies. My girl. Girl becomes the sun. Hallmark. Hallmark by M. Night Shyamalan. Stephen King and M. Night Shyamalan sit down to do all the cocaine. What movie will they come up with next? Oh, man. Fucking Hallmark. Oh, I forgot to look at what my brightness is set to. It is 10. Damn. This is 10? That's how much more light a window provides. Like, I have a towel over my window because I don't have blackout curtains yet because I'm a bitch. But in my previous house, I had no windows in my room. None. See, the person that owned the house, for some reason, some random, he put an addition on two sides of the house. He built a patio off of one side, which was on the back half of my room, and he put a living room off the other side. And you would think that somebody doing that would be like, hey, I should move the egress windows to a different wall that's not covered. But no, he did not do that. Instead, they put plywood board up against the window from the outside, and they poured concrete right up against it. The fuck, man? And then when I reran the cable for my internet here, I was walking around the house with the technician trying to figure out what the hell the person that ran the previous lines was thinking. When we walked over to that side of the house, I noticed that there's an egress window in my walk-in closet that is sheetrocked over. They put, what is the insulation that's covered with foil? It's got a name.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
That is one of the weirder things I've heard. Oh, it's super weird and apparently pretty common. It's not that hard to just remove the window and put up drywall. It's also not that hard to incorporate the window. It's not. You just frame it out and then put a sill on it so that it looks right. But yeah, they put insulation up against the window here and then sheetrocked over it. They sealed off the egress window that goes in my walk-in closet, which is actually really awesome for me because I want to renovate that half of my walk-in closet. I'm going to tear out the bathroom that's in the hallway down here and the back half of my walk-in closet and turn it into an ensuite bathroom that you access from the bedroom down here. And I say that to say this. I wanted to have a fucking window in the bathroom. Every bathroom should have a window. People really need to stop making bathrooms without windows. A, for moisture. You need to have a place for that to get out. B, bathrooms can get smelly. They can smell bad. Smelly poop, okay? It happens. We just don't tell anybody about it. We cry in shame and then get in the shower twice. So, yeah, window. So that made me really happy when I found that egress window. I was like, oh shit. It's already there. All I have to do is make it better, bigger, and yeah. But knowing that it's there, that means I can do it. I was worried that I was going to have the city come out and look for like electrical or other things. But if there's already one there, that means there is no gas, electrical, anything there. I don't have to call the city for shit. They don't need to know nothing. Nothing. I am all about doing things without paying the city for permits and then just getting somebody else that is licensed to sign off on it to do so, because that is legally acceptable. Which is crazy, by the way, so everybody knows, look that up for like your area, because in most places it is completely legal to do the work yourself if you get a licensed contractor or technician to sign off on it after the fact. So long as the city doesn't find out about it beforehand. Otherwise, they will get mad at you and they'll be like, you need permits. They'll send the police and stuff, and it's really dumb. We put in an extra vent to help with the steam. Yeah, also a great call. Stupid things that you should know that people never tell you. That vent in your bathroom for the steam extraction, you should run that before you start the shower so that airflow is already moving that way, and then you turn on the shower. You should run it for a half hour after you get out of the shower so it can dissipate as much moisture, if not all, before you turn it off. As much moisture as possible, if not all of the moisture. It's really weird, but that's actually, you can read that. It's a thing. That's an actual thing. Look it up. Some places have bathrooms in locations that won't allow windows. Yeah, and that's stupid. My bathroom down here doesn't have a window. It can't have a window. They built it there. Like, they didn't have to choose that spot. I actually have the blueprint for this house when the house was built, and that's not where the bathroom was when the house was built. They moved it. They moved it and the laundry room and the utilities, rearranged everything down here, and I'm not hating on the layout. I actually do like the layout. It's nice. But since they were already moving things, they could have done what I want to do. They could have put the bathroom in the back of that walk-in closet where there is already an existing window. Smart. Also, you can make a window. Get a concrete saw. Oh, that sounds nice. It will be. It will be. We are in the middle of a bathroom remodel ourselves. Very nice. Our bathroom doesn't have a window, and I hate it. Put a window in. We put in an extra vent to help with steam. Read that. Same. We've done so much research to see how much we can do without getting permits. Smart. Love that. I love that for you, and I love that for people. Fuck permits. I think permits are extortion. You're going to permit me to renovate the house that I own? Who the fuck are you? You don't get to tell me what I get to do. This isn't city property. It's my property. All I do is I look up the city code, like when I bought this house, right? So most places, they have standard rules, regulations, laws, code for outlets. And I know the general standard, so I wanted to know what the city's code for that was, because there are several walls down here that don't have outlets. So this wall that I'm on right now, where my stream setup is, had no outlets. Needed an outlet per code. Other side of the wall in my bedroom also should have had an outlet. And I wanted to put in a recessed box so I could hang my TV on the wall without cables hanging down. So it was a win-win for me. So I cut the wall open. I put in outlets. I had my nephew come out, who's a licensed electrician. He gave it the A-OK. I am good when it comes to reselling the house, when it comes to anything else, Everything is done correctly, properly, up to code. Yay. No permit. But you're supposed to get permit. When I rip the entire interior of this bitch apart and I start redoing plumbing and electrical and everything else, I'm not getting any permits because I'm not going to pay $5,000 for the city to say, well, only if you get it up to code and inspected. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, no, I thought I was just going to do some fucking crazy shit. I'm going to build it all out of tinfoil and fill it with meth. So yeah, just do it, but do make sure you get it inspected. Especially if you have people in the family, close friends, somebody that is trustworthy and good at what they do. All they have to do is know like the code, the requirements, and the city code. That's it. So you can do the work yourself, and they can come out and say, yes, this is up to code. And they can sign off on it either physically, verbally, whatever, and you are good. Then, if anybody comes and looks from the city or anything else later in life and they're like, that's not how that was, you can be like, well, I have all of the documentation, sir. And that's the exact voice you use when you talk to them. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Nobody remember that I just did that. Sleep. I don't live in a city, so I don't have to worry about it. Well, I mean, technically you kind of do. You might not live in a city, but like counties have statutes, codes. Like, I don't mean a city like a city. I don't live in a city. I live in a suburb of a city. But I just call everything a city. Because when you try to look at something on a map, it says state, city, zip code. Like everything is a city. Even if you live in a small 400-person town, you type city. Because we're fucking in the United States and we can't make words mean one thing. They got to mean like 50 different things because laziness. We were able to completely gut the bathroom and even move drains. Nice. As long as the number of drains are the same, we can move them wherever we want in that room. That is true. Also, make sure you properly vent them. That is really important. You don't want methane gases or anything like that backing up into your bathroom. Very hazardous to one's health. So, if you move the drains, make sure you also move the vent. And if there was no vent, put one in. Every single drain should have a vent. There should be one from the sink, one from the toilet, one from the tub. They can tie in together. They go into the wall. They go up, out through your roof. I know stuff. Sometimes. Kind of. Thoughts on Requiem? Ooh, Resident Evil Requiem? 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. Fucking loved it. Fucking loved it, sir. Oh my god. The Raccoon City stuff was the spider part, awesome. The walking through the city, I thought it was cool because I liked when you got to walk through Raccoon City in Resident Evil 3, the original. Well, also the remake, the little bit that you got to. I like that, but that part kind of lackluster as far as content. It was still cool. I'm not mad at it. And then, like, when you get to the police station, amazing. absolutely loved everything they did with that. All of the Easter eggs in the police station made me so happy. Seeing Tofu pop out blew me away. Thought it was incredible. Having Mr. X show up, awesome. Loved all of it. When he had to fight the giant plant that was in the original Resident Evil 2 that they cut from the remake, loved that too. Thought it was pretty great. I fucking loved Requiem. If you're talking about Requiem for a Dream, pretty great movie. I had to stop watching it on account of I did a lot of drugs. I couldn't do it anymore. I was friends with somebody that loved to sit and get high and watch Requiem for a Dream, and I was like, what is wrong with you? Look what happens to all of these people through doing drugs. Why is this your feel-good I'm a stoner movie? Me? Scooby-Doo and a bowl of cereal. I'm a real stoner. This guy wants to watch fucking depression bait. What is that? Also, Requiem's a really good movie. I haven't seen it in like 20 years. I will not watch it again. I can't. The crazy thing is, most of the house... Wait, hold on. I missed messages. Yep, and we live in the South, so humidity is a pain already. Yeah, humidity is a bitch. I mean, I live in Minnesota, and the humidity in the summer is absolutely insane. It gets crazy. Like Florida-level humidities. Requiem of a Wet Dream. What's up, Chip? Oh, man. That sounds like a terrible movie to watch. Ass to ass to ass. It's like Human Centipede and Requiem for a Dream had a child. And they just named it Splooge. All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it'll get up to like 112 degrees here, and it will be 99 to 150% humidity. Now, I'm not making those numbers up. That's Minnesota in the summer. Sometimes. It gets pretty crazy. As a matter of fact, it was, I think, 2 years ago, a friend slash streamer slash member of the community here that lives in Florida, our heat and humidity levels were higher than his in Florida. And I was like, that's gross. Everything about this place is gross. We have to add a second exhaust fan because the one is not enough. Plus, we are going to upgrade the one that's already there. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's also not uncommon for bathrooms that don't have windows to have two exhaust fans. Usually one right over the shower slash tub and one closer to the door. Or if you have a vaulted ceiling in your bathroom, which sounds weird to me, but it happens, they'll put one in the vaulted part of the ceiling and they'll put one lower, closer to the moisture source. Which makes sense, I guess. Except for the vaulted bathroom ceiling part. That still trips me out. Although I do really like vaulted ceilings. I actually thought about doing that to my ceiling upstairs before I went into the attic over the weekend and saw that it was blown in insulation. I don't really want to rip that out. Also, I would have to restructure it. I don't know how much I want to do that. I might. It depends, I guess. Maybe. It's possible. I do like vaulted ceilings. They are nice. And I could make it look pretty cool. I'm thinking about the wrong things now. The crazy thing is, most of the house was built without permits originally, so I feel completely fine doing whatever I want. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're just keeping up with the what would that be? The commonality of it all, the norm, I guess. Hell yeah. Fuck a permit. You're saying you don't build stuff out of tinfoil and meth? Everything I build is out of tinfoil and meth. You might not know this right now, but all 3 of my computer monitors, the camera you're seeing me through, and this microphone, built tinfoil, meth. Yeah. We have county codes, but only people who have to have city codes and city limits. But then they also have to go by county codes as well. Yeah. Yes. But see, since you have county code, the only way for you to prove that you are adhering to it, you know, up front is to get a permit from the county to do whatever you want to do. Typically. I don't know if that's how your county works. But again, I say to ye, fuck a permits. Just do what you want to do and then have somebody that's licensed sign off on it. And then you can be like, it's good. Look, signed. Perfectly legal. Yeah, all the drains have the proper ventilation and traps and things. Good. Awesome. Necessary. Smart. It's important. The venting thing is massively important. It's not something you want to overlook. You don't want natural gases backing up into your house. Or poo smells. Yeah. Gross. Blech. Yeah, we were about 4 feet outside of city limits. Shut up, for real? You can lay down and touch the city limit. Great. We're about 4 feet outside the city limits, so we just have to go by county. Thank goodness. Damn. That's crazy. And also pretty awesome. Chip, where's your avatar photo? Do you not have an avatar? Hold on. You don't have a profile picture? What the shit? Oh, damn. Chip, are you still here? I didn't tell you a thing. Apparently, Nuisance. I call him Chip. Everybody calls him Chip. I know Nuisance in real life. We go way back. I've known him since I was 16 years old. Fuck, dude. My guy, I have known you for 25 years. That's wild. Oh, hey. I don't know if you still care to know. Are you still here? I need a message before I tell you 2 things. First of all, it doesn't really matter if you're here when I say this, but you should be because it's super exciting for me and it's going to be super great for you as well. They are remaking Friday the 13th, the video game. Apparently, Gun Interactive, potentially, and Ilphonic, potentially, are going to head the project. on account of their massive success with the original game that was unfortunately shut down by the lawsuits. Now, they cannot use the old Jason properties because those are divvied up by several property holders because of the lawsuit, which people are complaining about. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Jason looks like in the game. I just want to run around as him and do the Tyson Voorhees voice. Like, your mama said you gotta get out of my lake, you stupid slut. And then murder them. Like, that's the whole point of the game. But so apparently they're remaking that game. Also, if you want, you can look at the gameplay footage for Halloween, which releases this fall. It also looks exactly like Friday the 13th, and I'm not mad at that either. I loved that game. I'm so excited. Damn it, nuisance. I'm gonna call this guy. I'm texting him right now. What the fuck? I'm talking to you. LOL. I'm so excited for the horror games that are coming out. I'm always excited for the horror games coming out. I mean, it's me. I'm a fiend for that shit. We had some really good ones this year. Really freaking good one. End of last year also. The Silent Hill 2 last year, Silent Hill F last year. We had Resident Evil Requiem so far this year. There's probably some other ones that I haven't even played. There's a lot of horror shooters out. Toxic Commando by John Carpenter. Have not played that. Want to play that. We've got Halloween coming out this year. The Silent Hill 1 remake, which I am very hopeful releases this year, but might not make it until next year. Hellraiser, which is supposed to release fourth quarter this year. I am super stoked for Hellraiser. Like, I cannot wait for that game. Has everybody seen the trailer for Hellraiser, the game? Hold that thought. I'm going to put it in the chat. Hellraiser Revival. My phone died. What a bitch. How'd you text me back? Who texts somebody my phone died? Awesome. Doobie-doop. All right.
Pain. Ecstasy. Suffering. To us, they are the same. You know nothing about the true beauty of suffering. I see your intrigue, your fear, your inability to comprehend these sights.
Good, it's gonna be
You
such a
call
good game.
for us, and you can no longer return. You can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be transcendent.
Yeah. Super freaking pumped for that. Cannot wait. God, what else is there? There's Halloween, there's Hellraiser. Silent Hill, hopefully, maybe. There's a few other ones too, and I can't remember what they are. It's a really great time to be alive as a horror fan. I mean, horror is killing it in the box offices. They're remaking and rebooting and adding to so many good horror film franchises and movies and properties. And I am here for every single second of it. I love it. I love all of it. 10. You know what? I'm going to do this. Well, I don't want to break that, though. So maybe I won't until I remember how. I'm going to change it so that only one of my lights changes color on events. Just the one, you know, like an accent light. The whole screen doesn't need to turn purple or orange or green or blue. Just an accent. And I don't remember which light is which. Actually, if I do only one... Hold on. I know exactly how I can do this. Okay. Wrong light. That's good. That means I have the lights set up in the correct spots. Set the brightness on it to 25. Nice. Now I can do that for all of them. Cheer. Follow. Cool. I like that a lot better than having the whole room turn purple. Anybody else? Agree? Disagree? Hate it? Hate me? Try to fuck on me? Ciao de gig. Boom. Yes. I should use this as like profile picture. Ah, idiot. Sorry. I was fixing EGs and sausage. I'm kidding. I just wanted to read it like that. Eggs and sausages, huh? When I finish the stream, I'm going to go make myself a nice big protein shake and a burger. I'm going to make me a burger with habanero pepper, an onion, and pickle, and tomato, and this scorpion pepper Dijon mustard that I made. And put it on a pretzel bun. mixed mashed potatoes, broccoli, carrots, and that's gonna be my lunch dinner. Ooh. Done. Perfect. There. I have all of my lightings fixed and set up. Except for where's the raid? Where's the raid? Cops. Excuse me? The fuck, sir? No. Scared the actual shit out of me. Actual. I pooped myself. You know what? I feel like everything exposed a flaw in your chat widget.
You queer? God damn it, I knew it. I didn't say anything.
What's that?
If someone asks you if you're a pole smoker, you just deny it.
Gosh, I'm not gay.
Dad thinks you're gay.
What happened? What'd you do? The message above mine? Oh, yeah, you didn't expose that. I did long ago. And I already know how to fix it too. I fixed it for follows, but apparently it isn't just follows that were doing it. I didn't even think about I should have. For some reason when it gets events for follows, subscriptions, cheers, I'm guessing tips, although I don't know if tips would be one because that doesn't come through Twitch. When it gathers event information from the Twitch API, it doubles it up and it puts one in that says unknown, and then it puts one in that is with the user information, which is weird. And also, I'm not even sure if those are working properly because the raid card didn't pop up, so I have to look at that shit. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still have to look at. But yeah, I saw the unknown thing yesterday when I was working on it, and I fixed it, but the only thing I can really test for some reason is follows. Actually, no, I just thought about how I could have tested the other stuff too. Son of a bitch. I could have triggered a dummy event through StreamerBot. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I forgot that was a thing. You can emulate events straight through StreamerBot, and it acts as a actual event. Shit. I should have done that. Didn't. Should have, didn't. Stupid. Stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna expand the block that has the the fix for the follows to also include if key contains subscription, cheer, all of that shit. Why do I keep opening the fucking wrong browser? I have had this tab open in my browser with that stuff you put up for meta class builds in Marathon for like well, since you posted it in the Discord, this tab has been open in the other window ever since. Dude, did you just really launch Super People? Is that still playable? I thought they shut that down. Again. Oh shit, I was going to end the stream 2 minutes ago. I'm not going to anymore. I'm going to go for another half hour. Maybe an hour. I have stuff I have to do. I have to go pick up that ladder that was supposed to be dropped off to me, but was not, so that I can get up into my attic and poke around. I'm not looking forward to any of that. I did, and it is dead. Damn, you kind of got my hopes up there for a minute. I was like, oh shit, am I about to launch Super People? Because I would have. I would have looked for all the shinies. What was I doing? Oh, right, I wanted to... No, I did it again. That's the wrong one. Stop opening the wrong browser. That's what happens when you have two open. No. It should be... Oh no, that's when the roles are... It's... Near... That's message normalization. Where is the block I am looking for? No. What the shit? No. 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 Mm. That's highlights. No, no, no. If kind equals follow, that's the block I want. shit. I don't want to lose this. Oh, good. I only have to go this far. Sub, sheer. Okay. Good. That's that. So I just have to add 2 things to this. And that is just sub and cheer. And that should fix that. Are you messing with the wheel? No. I'm messing with the chat. Sub. Okay. Why? What are you afraid I'm gonna do to the wheel? Make sure this shit deploys. I mean, it should. Oh, you know, unless I double close something. Oh, you just wanted to spin it? Hey, look, it's not cut off at the top anymore.
You wish.
What is with the unknowns coming in? Where? What? Where? What? Yeah. It's from the redeems. I thought you subscribed and that's what did it. It is. What? Oh, Hustle really did expose a flaw. What did I do? Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna fucking locate that. Shit. Well, I know what I'm gonna try and fucking resolve before I go to bed. Oh, so I have to end the stream. Not right now. I'm gonna end the stream in like 19 minutes. I have to end the stream. I have to drive over to my parents' house and get the ladder. Come back here. I gotta use said ladder to get up onto the roof of my shed. I want to clean the gutters out because there's crops growing in them. Literally, there are trees sprouting from the gutter on the shed. It's stupid. Also, there's no downspout, so I don't know. I'm going to have to buy one of those and install it because they're just awesome. That's actually not a bad thing for me because like that you could tell that spot floods, so I'm going to run the spout out the back of the fence like a stupid ass. And then get onto the roof of the actual house. There's a big ass tree branch sitting up there. I want to get that down and I want to clean the leaves off of the gutters up there. And then get into my attic, try and find the electrical wire that runs into the bathroom upstairs. And see if there's a switch or a junction box or something up there that could have tripped, or if the line is broken up there. If I can find a break in the line, that would be great. Because then I can stop looking, you know, and I know where I need to run line from. But I don't think it could be that line. It has to be the point of origin from the box to the first receptacle it touches. And I think I know which receptacle that is. I think it would be the one on the side of the garage next to the service door. But I would guess that that's the bad line because the first box, like none of those boxes, none of the receptacles have power to them. There's power to the breaker, but none of the receptacles. So I have to find which one's broken. And then replace it. The line, not the receptacle. And then I'm going to make my food. And I'm going to try and figure out what the fuck's going on with that. I don't know how this is possible. I need a Jeef Yap emote. Okay. My man. What do you want it to be? I will put it in. I have one open emote slot for 25,000 bits. So you can donate 25,000 bits and have an emote. It's a just chatting stream, guy. Also, you guys like my shirt? Hustle gave me this like 14 years ago. His mom got it from, who did she get this from on that flight? Just yapping stream. Yes, that's... Oh, shit, I should have my own category. Just yapping. Yep. Was it, Joe Monte... I don't remember this at all. You don't remember giving me this shirt your mom got when she was working on a Delta flight from one of the cast members from True Blood? Dude, ask her about it. That's where I got this shirt. I tell the story every time I wear it, and I just found it when I was pulling out a bunch of old shirts, and I washed them all. I was like, oh damn, that's where that shirt is. I want it. It was either from Anna Paquin or Joe Monte. What is his fucking last name? Montecristo. Montegaglione. Monteleone. Big Dick Ritchie? No, it's Dick Dangles. Whose porn name is Big Dick Ritchie? Oh, from yeah, Big Dick Ritchie. Magic Mike. Duh. Yeah, Joe Monteleone. Dude, that scene where he goes into the gas station, it's perfection. Oh, I'd love to meet that man. I would love to meet that man. Dude, I would hang out and play Dungeons and Dragons with him all fucking night. He has one of the most amazing D&D tables. Well, his is just a table, but it's still amazing. And then there's people now that build them with like lights in them and all kinds of crazy shit. Holograms. Charizards. I'm kidding, I made that part up. Oh, remember when I was saying it's a great time to be alive as a horror fan? I found out today that Gremlins 3 is almost done or is done. I can't remember. I read it while I was at work on break and I just kind of passed through it. I saw the poster for it on Instagram and it was the Gremlin's hand scraping a 3 into the wall. Can't remember if it's done, but Gremlins 3 is coming out and my first thought, no, it was from dude, you're going to make me look this up. Gremlins 3 slated for 2027. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. November 19th. Anyway, what I was going to say about it is I swear to God, if they CGI Gizmo into the fucking movie, I will riot. I will get up and leave. Oh, reports suggest practical effects rather than CGI were used for the Mogwai. Oh, good. Then we're okay. We're all good. There will be no rioting. I will not leave the theater until the movie's over. Yeah. Oh, now that there's more people in here, I would like the feedback that I requested earlier on preference for the chat. Is it more appealing? Is it cleaner? Does it look better when I have grouped messages turned on or when every message is its own bubble? I actually kind of like the grouped message thing. Grouped is better in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the way it turned out. What's up, Sith? Welcome. Hello. How you doing? I like group messages better also, but that's my opinion. Hey, every opinion counts. All of them. You suck. Dude, is there one for the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. No. 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 Okay, that one's great. No. I'm glad you're here, shirt brother. What are we grouping? Chat messages. So if you type 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 chat messages within, I think it's a 2-minute span, it will put all of them into one bubble rather than separate them. And the time carries over from the next message. I think it's 1 minute. I don't exactly remember. But I didn't want it to be too long, but I didn't want it to be too short.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
But then again, what if someone chats between my messages? It will separate them. Well, those wouldn't have gone together anyways because I think it had been too long. But if somebody else's message goes between yours, it will do just that. It will separate them. Your messages will no longer group together. No. Oh, that I don't know which I like best.
Nope.
The grouped, obviously. Damn it, and then I found the one I was looking for. Oh, no. But see, you'd have to have seen the show to understand it. I could just go through and play a whole episode of the show using GIFs. Oh, did you ever get the wheel published on a website? Yeah, the wheel that's running on my stream currently is the wheel from my website. I finished it a couple weeks ago. You can fully build and customize the entire wheel. You can save wheels, you can load from existing wheels, create new, save changes, copy browser source, delete wheels if you have too many built. Now I request the clipping thing. Mine isn't working right. You know what? Mine's not working right either. And I'm really disappointed with all of the fantastic things that were said on this stream today. Nobody clipped any of them. For shame. For shame. What was I... Oh, I don't need to... Oh, wait, yeah. Fuck. Now I remember why I opened this. So that is the folder for them. And StreamerBot. StreamerBot. So if somebody creates a clip right now of me going, no, you can't use exclamation point clip. You have to create the clip on Twitch. You can't use commands or buttons. It has to be clipped through Twitch in order to work. So if you're trying to make it work by not using Twitch's built-in clip system, that's your problem. But also it wasn't working. And that's going to make a clip of that. Also, I just noticed that gets cut off. Filters, chat, contract, transform. Whoa. Super cool. Done. You did it? See, now what should happen, I can't access the roulette wheel on your site without a paid membership to test my hypothesis. Ooh. Log in to my site or just... Okay. Send me a Discord message with the email associated with your Twitch account. I can whitelist you. Actually, here, let me move this. So that I don't put your email on screen like an asshole. See, nothing is getting added to the shit, which means... The rebuild of this shit definitely doesn't work. I'm gonna try the original version. Oh, you could have just told me it's your email. I know that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this shit. Like, it was always a little a little janky, but it fucking worked. And now it just doesn't ever. It's really annoying. I'm going to have to fix it because that sucks. Did you change the file location in yours when you helped set up mine and didn't change it back? No. Where is... Where is the fucking file location? Current folder path. Global variable. Oh, no, because the file location is set by a variable. It's not hard-coded in. You have debug logs in the code. It should be outputting information as it goes if it's working. Yeah, but all it says is no clips found for this user and missing clip ID or clip URL argument. Anyway, hold on. Let me do this really quick just so it's done. Redis. What? It fucking logged me out? Oh my god. What a bitch. What a bitch. It's so annoying to log into my own storage for my website. Dumb. Add key, set, key name. Oh my god, what did I fucking write this on? It's test or tester. Where is my API shit? Root. You have debug like the clip title, etc. Yeah. I read that. Does it have to be a recurring membership to use the wheel? Yep. Yes, it does. But Twitch subscribers save money on a fourth wall membership. And again, I've said this like a few times. The only reason that I am charging for them is, as it stands, my use of the roulette wheel is pushing the limits of the storage that I get for free. And if multiple people start using the roulette wheel, I'm going to have to upgrade the storage to a paid subscription. And as much as I want to give things out to people for free, like I'm not in a position to pay for people to have those things. I cannot financially afford it. And I understand and appreciate people not wanting to pay to use them also. But it is what it is. Oh my god, I can't remember if it's fucking test whitelist or tester whitelist. I mean, I'd have to assume it's tester _ whitelist. Why did it have to log me out? I had this typed in. See if you can, you know how to get to the wheel and shit, right? You click the tile with the glowing-eyed raven in it. That's the only way to get to the paid tools. Click that for me and see if it'll actually let you in. Otherwise, I really am going to have to search through all of this fucking... shit, because I don't remember where... Yeah, it doesn't work. Fucking shit. How did I do mine? Updated at 3:30:12:25. Key name. Stop. Well, it's not a lot of, you know, shit, guy. You gotta push it to the limit. See if it'll let you in now. I don't know if I did this right. I just tried to manually add a key for you. I have to keep scrubbing through this shit. Well, scrubbing. I have to keep looking. I had to adjust, like, fucking so many files to try and create this whitelist. And I don't remember where I actually typed out the name it's going to pull from in my Redis. Nope. Shit, son. I gotta go. Oh, shit. Where is... No. No. Library? Membership store. It is tester whitelist. The fuck? That's the right name. What the fuck did I do wrong? Oh my god. Alright. Fix tester whitelist. Trace unknown popping up in chat on rewards. At the flare events to the chat widget. Fix YouTube emotes in chat. Still don't know if I can do that one. Because I feel like if Atom can't do it with their multi-chat widget, I might not be able to do it with this. Shit. Well, I really do have to go. It's getting to be too late. I have to work tonight. I have 2 hours to try and get a whole lot of shit done. Oh. Fuck. Oh, Hustle, did you try it again a second time after I tried to manually add you a key? Like default YouTube emotes or your channel emotes from YouTube? I'm not sure. I don't use emotes, and I don't have emotes in my channel. Somebody that just uses YouTube is always coming in here and pasting YouTube emotes, and they just show up as text. in the multi-chat, which is, you can't see it because it's on my screen. And then I noticed that they also come through as plain text in my thing. So I don't know if he's using like specific channel emotes or YouTube emotes. I just know that they don't work in the Atom Stream Suite multi-chat or in my thing. And I want to try and fix that. I retried, still doesn't work. Son of a fucking biscuit. I feel like the YouTube API would have support for their platform's emotes. Yeah. You would think, right? Why? Well, that's not gonna fucking work either. Yeah. I can't do this right now. I have to pee. And I really have to go. I gotta get a lot of stuff done. And I'm already spiraling right now in my head. And I'm gonna end up getting sucked into sitting here and trying to fix this the whole time. Hustle, I will DM you when I get a chance to actually go in and fix this, because tester whitelist is the right thing. I don't know that I'm entering it right. I don't remember how I fucking did any of this. I really hate this storage provider. I'm not a fan. I don't like them at all. So, but it was free. Not worth it. It was a dumb choice. Ravenous, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate you. Layden, thank you very much for being here. thanks for the follow. Thanks for coming from the raid. Thanks for hanging out. Nostalgia, thank you for coming by. Hopefully we get a chance to take a look at that shout out thing. I really would have liked to have been able to do that today. How about Kofi? What about Kofi? Issues, thank you very much for hanging out and chatting. It was a pleasure. Smooth, I know you're gone, but thank you also for being here, hanging out, chatting with me. Always awesome. Chrissy, you're amazing. Send me candies. Thank you. Pounds you. I hope things get better. I hope you have a good day. Come by anytime, man. Anybody else that is lurking, stalking, just sitting in a corner, baiting with a slice of pizza, listening to the sound of my voice. That's fucking weird, dude. But you do you. And to everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Great night. Eat good food, get good sleep, take care, stay safe. I will see you all on Wednesday. I hate to get up and just like rush off like this, but yeah. I gotta go to bed in fucking 2 hours, man. I got 3 hours of sleep before work yesterday, and I am not doing that again. I'm not. So, I'm out. You get out of my face, or I'm gonna roundhouse your ass. Have a great night. Sorry, I've been cleaning while on my lunch break from work. Don't be sorry. It was a pleasure talking to you, meeting you. I hope you have a great day. Come back anytime. Hang out, chat. No worries on the cleaning. Get stuff done. Multitask. Multitask it up. That's what we all gotta do. I'm about to try and go fucking speed run 9 multitasks at the same time. I don't know how I'm gonna clean 2 roofs at the same time, but yeah, we're gonna give that a shot. So I'll take pictures of me doing splits across an entire yard. I don't know how this is gonna go, but that's what it is. Thank you all again very much. I will see you in 2 days.